Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. For all you college football fans, stay tuned for tomorrow's video, because coming up tomorrow we'll recap all the Saturday action in the world of college football. But for today, we're going to do a review of SWA Fightmare 16, which was last night in Eastonolly, Georgia at 244 Livestock Road over in the beautiful city of Eastonolly. Before I get into that, I want to send out a couple of quick shout outs. The first one is going out to Beth, who subscribed to the channel, I believe on Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two, but I waited until today and told her I was going to wait until today because she subscribed to the channel because she's a wrestling fan. Now, I've never met her in person because she's not from around this area, but she's a wrestling fan, and I told her we talk wrestling a lot here on the channel. So Beth, thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And the second one goes out to my man, Richard. Richard is a huge wrestling fan. He actually used to come to SWA shows, but because of his job, he's not able to come anymore, so I have not seen him in person in a while. But Richard, thank you so much for subscribing, and I know you'll enjoy today's video because all we're going to do is recap SWA Fightmare 16, and if you missed the show, you missed a phenomenal show. We had our trunk or treat at 6 o'clock, and the bell time was 7 o'clock. The doors also opened at 6 o'clock, and we had well over 200 in attendance last night. I would say we had probably around 250. I want to send a shout out as well to Golden Eagle and also my man referee Josh, who made the drive down to help referee since I could not referee last night. It was all I could do to sit backstage and not get in the ring, but I just could not do it. So Golden Eagle and Josh, thank y'all so much for helping out. We had so many matches last night that we had to have a pre-show. Otherwise, we would have been there until probably about midnight. So we had a pre-show that started right around 6:30, and we had 3 matches on the pre-show. We had Eli Smiles going one-on-one with Tyler Graves. That was the first match in the pre-show, and Eli Smiles won that match. Match number 2, we had Justin Sane going one-on-one with Eric Thunder, and Justin Sane won that match. And then match number 3, we had Jay King going one-on-one with Josh Broner. Jay King used to wrestle for SWA, but I guess he left probably 3 or 4 years ago, so it was glad to have him back at Fightmare last night. And then we opened up the main card at 7 o'clock, and we opened up with a memorial tribute to one of our own. We had a wrestler named Cyrus who passed away not this past Friday, but last Friday. And of course, it's been our first show since that happened, so we opened the show by having a 10-bell salute, which is something you do in the wrestling world when a wrestler perishes. So we had a 10-bell salute for Cyrus to open up the main card last night at 7 o'clock. And then the first match on the main card was Crystal Rose in a ladies match going one-on-one with Brooklyn Queen. Crystal Rose won that match. And then we had Trent Harrell and Anthony Black, who, if you follow the channel, you've seen them here on the channel. A couple of months back, I interviewed them when they were a tag team called the Southern Saviors. But they turned on each other, had a one-on-one match last night. It was a hardcore match, and Anthony Black won. Trent Harrell got a pretty good gash in his head from the barbed wire, but I think he's going to be okay. And then we had 6 men squaring off in a ladder match for the New Blood Championship. We had Kirkland, Logan Blade, Stevie Ray Frost, Dynamic Dexter, Jimmy Lee, and Yukon Adams. And Kirkland won that match, so he is the new blood champion. And then we had Osriel going one-on-one with Alex Keitel, and Osriel won that match. And then we had Josh Aronson in a handicap match going up against the tag team champions of Cade Powers and Big Rick. Together, their tag team name is Big Powers. And Josh Aronson won that match. He had some help from his teammates Drox and Jackson Carter, but Josh Aronson is the new SWA Tag Team Champions all by himself. And then we had Marcus Adams going one-on-one with Ryan Staples, and Marcus Adams won that match. And then we had Desolation in a tag team match against The Runway. The Runway made their SWA debut last night at SWA Fightmare 16. They made the trip all the way down from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, just to be a part of SWA Fightmare. So guys, be careful on the drive back home. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. And then we had to take an intermission to put up the cage because the final two matches were both held inside a steel cage. Thanks so much to Ox for letting us borrow his cage. And then we had Team Curtis Coleman going up against Team Junior. And of course, the stipulation was if Team Curtis Coleman won, then Drox and Josh and all the rest of the guys could not be in Junior's corner in the main event match. And Team Curtis Coleman won that match. And then the main event was Hot Stuff Adam Mabry against Junior for the SWA Premier Championship. And Hot Stuff won that match, and it was a dandy. It was a classic. Hot Stuff won that match, so he is the new SWA Premier Champion. And thank you so much to all the workers, no matter what you did, for being a part of the show. And thanks so much to all the fans who came out to see the show. Like I said earlier, we had well over 200 there last night. And for football season, that's a really good crowd, because a lot of times during football season, you have trouble bringing out fans, but we had no trouble bringing out fans last night. So thanks so much to everybody who came out and watched the show. A phenomenal show. If you're not part of SWA, you need to be. Go ahead and circle your calendars now. The second Saturday in November, we'll be back at 244 Livestock Road, East Denali, Georgia. It's the best independent wrestling going. There's some great shows all over, especially in this area, but SWA is the place to be the second Saturday of each month. Once again, thanks so much for everybody who was a part of the show. No matter what you do, from concession stands to bathroom cleaning, it all helps us put on a great show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show, and we'll see you back there on the second Saturday in November for our first show after SWA Fightmare 16. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My wife asked, if you won the lottery, would you still love me? And I said, of course I would. I'd miss you, but I'd still love you. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.